The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Good evening, everyone, from Bryan Station High School in Lexington. Welcome to another broadcast of Central Kentucky high school football on Glycod. Tonight, an intra-city rivalry between the Tates Creek Commodores and the host Bryan Station Defenders. Good evening, everybody. I'm Keith Elkins, along with KJ Jones tonight. Jackson Miller is our producer, and Benson Gregory is our camera operator. So thank you for joining us on Glycod. Hope you'll stay with us for this one all night long as the Defenders and the Commodores get together. And KJ, I would expect a good competitive game tonight. These are two teams that have hit a couple of bumps early in the going. Bryan Station especially played a very tough schedule. Tates Creek has also played some good competition. It's Defenders 1-3, Commodores 2-2. But I would think with the city rivalry on the line, this should be a good competitive game.
When there's a city rivalry, it's always a good game. Like you said, two good teams here in Lexington and trying to compete and have that honor of being better than the other, like you said, inner city. So I expect a good competition this afternoon. Well,
we have some good athletes on both squads, as we've seen. We saw Bryan Station get its first win of the season last week. It was a tough win against Ballard. They really had to grind it out, and Ballard kept the pressure on them throughout the ball game. Bryan Station dominated the possession time, but the Defenders had to hold on to win. So a good, you might say, character-building team win for that team.
Of course, yeah, really good win right there. It's always good when you're fighting in a close battle and you really see what your team has when it comes down to the end. And they were able to close that one out and get that win.
Well, it's been a very, very warm day in Lexington, and that'll continue through the evening. Bright sunshine right now in the early evening. A few clouds around. A look at tonight's weather forecast is presented by Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. They offer the right equipment for the right job. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, 1111 Winchester Road. And as we approach game time in this one, we are at a temperature of 88 degrees. And we expect it to continue very warm through the evening. The temperature will drop just a little bit as we get past the 9 o'clock hour. But there is a 0% chance of precipitation tonight. So we expect uninterrupted football once we get underway here in just a few minutes. Bryan Station and Tates Creek coming up on Glycod. And we'll be right back with the coach's comments in just a moment. We'll hear from Tates Creek coach Jonathan Hawks right after this on Glycod.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Gen Z is a stall generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
With the position groups, and it's allowed me as a head coach to just look at the overall grand scheme of things and see how I got to approach the upcoming weeks, because we have a lot of great opponents ahead, and so it's always about trying to take things in perspective and learn from them and then growing.
And of course, you can more likely see progress if you feel like your players are giving it their best effort, and obviously you feel that's the case, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we still have a lot of great kids on this team, but we also have a lot of guys that's young that's learning how to face adversity and face and fight. Mm-hmm. So it's a beautiful thing for me to see some of these younger kids really step up, some of the more inexperienced players really step up. So I'm really excited about it.
You talked about Burnside, your quarterback, and now he's come along as a leader. Tell me about his progress.
Yeah, his growth, it's been tremendous. Each week he continues to lock in a little bit more. He doesn't look at challenges as a thing of adversity that he can't handle. He comes in, he sees the obstacle, he tries to learn from it. But honestly, just seeing that growth from a quarterback as a junior, first-year starter, you can't complain with that. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and B.J. Evans is doing a lot for you carrying the ball. Tell me about him.
Yes, sir. He's an aggressive guy. He's an aggressive. His mentality. He's aggressive, but his mentality really speaks for itself. He wants to put the whole team on his back, and I have to tell him sometimes he has to carry him, but at the same time, let them do the work so he can go out and get what he needs to, just from a running back perspective.
Any particular area that maybe needs the most work right now? Any guys that you really want to encourage to step it up a little bit?
Yeah, yes, sir. We encourage our defense. We have a lot of first-year starters on the defensive side of the ball, so each week we've gotten better. We tighten up some things, but again, the team that we've got this year, it's a young team, but it's a great group of kids. So what we want to do is want to continue to get better on the defensive side of the ball and continue to let our young guys grow each game, each week.
What are the priorities to get a win against Bryan Station? What do you have to do tonight?
We just got to come out here and play with some toughness. That team on the other side of the ball is going to play. They're going to play hard all 4 quarters, and so we really got to come out here with the mentality. We talk about grind set mentality. Our kids don't need to quit. They ain't never quit, so I expect them to fight to the end as well.
All right, thanks very much. Good luck tonight.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll be right back on Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Back at Bryan Station High School, game time approaching between the host Bryan Station Defenders and the Tates Creek Commodores on a warm and sunny early evening in Lexington. Keith Elkins along with KJ Jones. And right now, KJ, let's take a look at the keys to the game. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service, all while glorifying Jesus Christ and building relationships. KJ?
Tonight for Tates Creek, their keys will be their run defense. They gave up 319 rush yards last week to Douglas in a game in which they lost, and you just can't allow that if you're going to have a chance to win the game. And then they'll need to get their star running back, B.J. Evans, going. He has 9 touchdowns on the season, so that's who their offense runs through. So they'll need to get him some touches early and get him going. And then the defensive line really has to step up. Bryan Station has 2 good runners, and Kalen Washington, and their quarterback, is also a mobile quarterback. And allowing those 319 rush yards, that comes from up front. So they'll need to win that battle in the trenches tonight to have a chance. And for the Bryan Station tonight, they'll need balance on offense. They have a lot of threats over there in the run and pass game, so they need to spread the ball around to keep from getting one-dimensional. And then offensive efficiency. They only average 14 points per game, where Tates Creek is averaging 31 points per game. So they need to have some offensive efficiency to stay in the game. And Creek's defense isn't one of the best. They're giving up about 35 points per game, so it shouldn't be too much of a test tonight. And then winning the turnover battle. They have 5 turnovers on the year, and Creek only has 1. So they need to win that turnover battle also to have a chance tonight.
And we've mentioned some individual stars in this game, too. Kalen Washington had another big game last week for Bryan Station at 144 yards rushing. And you mentioned getting some balance in their offense. If they do that, they'll be really tough to handle, won't they?
Yeah, and it starts with Kalen Washington. If you get him going, it opens up the whole playbook. It opens up the play action. It also opens up the pass game. So that's a really key factor right there, is getting him going.
All right, tonight's keys to the game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. We've got much more ahead on our pregame show, and coming up next, we'll hear from Bryan Station coach Philip Hawkins. I want to remind you that this broadcast is authorized by Bryan Station High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Coach, a good win over Ballard last week for your team, and one that I'm sure you needed and felt like you wanted. Sum up the game for me and what you told your team after the ball game.
I think the biggest thing was just get us back on track and, and getting in that win column. Our kids are still progressing at a pretty high rate right now. When you have the kind of start we had, you've got to get the things turning around so you can make a run, through the end of the season into the playoffs. And, we just told the kids that, they got to fight. They got to play 4 quarters and we've got to clean up mistakes that we saw again and just move forward and build on it.
Mm-hmm. We talked about Kalen Washington before last week's game, but he turned in another big one for you, 23 carries, 144 yards. As a coach, what's it like to have somebody that you just know you can count on in big situations, or any situation for that matter?
Well, it's good knowing that you got a running back of that caliber, or any kid of that caliber. But, we expect Kalen to be productive every week, and we got to do a better job for him. He's one of the top running backs in Kentucky, I believe, and I don't think we've done as good a job helping him up front as we could have. And that's been our focus, is to continue to work with the O-line and get them better and create some more running room for him.
We talked a little bit about James Davis as well. He's a key player, a leader for your team, the quarterback, and he seems to have a lot of composure back there for somebody who hasn't played a whole lot of quarterback, right?
Yeah, James is just going to take games for him to get himself, where we need him to be late in the year. But he was a lot more efficient last week and completed more passes in that game last week than I think he did in the 3 previous games combined. So, I think it was a big step forward for him, and we expect him to do the same thing tonight. And, with the threat of Jaws in the run game, it should open some passing possibilities. And I've tried to be balanced with our offense since I've been here at Bryan Station, and it's important we get him going.
We've talked about these individual stars, but of course you got to have good line play. Where is your line play right now? How would you grade that?
We've been disappointed in our offensive line, and the last week we moved some people around. We moved some people around for this week, and we just got to figure out the right group of guys that can help us, get these rushing yards we need. And the protection was a little bit better. We still have some issues with some snaps, and it throws the timing of the whole play off. And it's just that they're a work in progress, and we expect them to look a lot better tonight. And then, of course, in the future, we expect them to figure it out and put us where we need to be.
A city rival coming in tonight, but what does it take to get a win tonight?
I think it's no different than last week. We've got to take care of the football. We've got to be able to run the ball effectively, and I think that'll give us some opportunities to throw the ball downfield some. And the biggest thing for us is just keep the turnovers and the mistakes down. We're a very good football team, potentially, if we could ever put a game together.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back on Glycod.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back at Bryan Station High School, Keith Elkins along with KJ Jones, Jackson Miller, our producer, Benson Gregory on camera tonight as we bring you this game on Glycod between Bryan Station and Tates Creek tonight. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. KJ, as we look down the Tates Creek lineup here, of course, Burnside, the quarterback, a key player, and he is one that has been making progress according to Coach Hawks. B.J. Evans, a good running threat, and the Coopers, both threats at wide receiver.
Yeah, a lot of weapons over there. B.J. Evans is the guy I'm really excited to see. 9 touchdowns on the season. He's doing a lot of work, so I'm really excited to see him.
And along that offensive line, Miles Hayward, Jamalakai Tullock, Adrian Dixon, Jace Vaughn, and Jacob Durham. And then over on the defensive side, we'll see the cornerback Bryson Beatty, Jay Sean Lane, a cornerback, has also played well for Tates Creek. And we look for the defenders to try to dig in on defense and stop that Bryan Station attack tonight, as the defenders, as we mentioned, a couple of big threats in the running back Kalen Washington, and of course James Davis is both a runner and a passer. He is developing as a quarterback, but he can certainly cause some problems for the defensive units that is opposing him. So a lot of weapons on the Bryan Station side, and we'll look for those players tonight.
Yeah, like we already mentioned, Kalen Washington and Jordan Haskins. He's a really good receiver, and then Tayshawn Adams, 2 guys we've seen making a lot of plays last week. So a lot of guys over there also.
So a lot of talent on each side, and a challenge for these defenses tonight as these coaches continue to build toward what they feel will be a successful conclusion to the season. Of course, we're already a good distance in, and Bryan Station has made it a pattern over the past few years to start slowly as far as wins and losses are concerned. But, KJ, they really take on some good competition, and that seems to help them in late October and November.
It really does, because last year, they were able to knock off Ballard in the playoffs, so they always make a good little run in the playoffs at the end of the year.
We'll take a break here and be right back with more on our pregame show and the start of the ball game in just a moment here on Glycod.
Here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School football. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Just about set for football at Bryan Station as the defenders come back out on the field in the green uniforms with the gold numerals, the gold helmets tonight. Tates Creek in white with maroon numerals tonight. Our officiating crew, referee is Darrell Douglas, the umpire Scott Allison, the head linesman Jeremy Dixon, the line judge Joshua Ford, and the back judge is Austin Ola. That's your officiating crew for tonight. We see some Tates Creek fans across the way, and it'll be a noisy Bryan Station crowd here tonight at R.L. Grider Stadium, home of the defenders, who are now 1-3, but a solid 1-3 actually, because they have played some very, very tough competition here in this early stage of the season. Bryan Station losing their first 2 ball games, They lost to Trinity 28-10 and to a very strong Boyle County team 48-8 before coming back, and they lost to Bowling Green 38-22. All three of those opponents state champions in their classification, and then Bryan Station bounced back with a 17-10 win over Ballard last week, and we were here for that one, KJ, and they grounded out, had a solid game against Ballard, and beat a pretty good football team.
Yeah, well, that was a really exciting game that we did last week, and when you're playing that level of competition to start off the season, you can't let it get to you too much. It's always about the next week, and that's what Bryan Station was able to do last week in getting that win, and hopefully they can carry this momentum this game and throughout the rest of the season.
And, of course, Coach Hawks and his team looking to break back into the victory column. They won their first two and then lost their next two, and they'll try to beat a very good Bryan Station team here tonight. You see the Commodores taking the field. They'll be receiving this opening kickoff from John Hannon, the Bryan Station kicker. He's getting ready to tee it up. We saw him last week, and he does a good job in that position, and that is an important one. So back deep for the Commodores. We'll see Marcus Hale. And usually it's Keen Bell Pointer back there with him. So just about set to go, and hope you enjoy our broadcast tonight on Glycod. Hannon is ready to go, approaches the ball, and we are underway from Bryan Station. And that one's going to skip through the return men and back into the end zone for a touchback, and that's how we'll get started tonight. So the Commodores at their own 20-yard line.
Was hoping we could see a big kickoff return right there from Hill to start off the game.
It'll be Darnell Burnside at quarterback for Tates Creek. He'll be wearing number 9, 6'2", 175-pound junior, 44 of 76 passing this year. B.J. Evans, a very dangerous running back, is in that backfield with him. And we're lining up for the first play of the ball game. First play from scrimmage from the 20. And the snap and the handoff to Evans, and he hits into the left side, but not much there for him. He is pushed back by several defenders.
And a little bit of a jet action sweep right there just to get the defenders' eyes off the ball, but good job right there collapsing, stopping him in the backfield.
So it'll be second down and about 10. Raymond Young in on the stop. So second down. Just underway, and Commodores with the first possession. We'll go second and 10 from the 20. Tates Creek coming in at 2-2, playing in 6A District 7. Head coach Jonathan Hawks in his third season. Here is the snap. And the quick pitch, it goes to the left to Evans, and he's got a good gain up to the 30-yard line. Then a loose football, looks like. And Bryan Station has it.
And a big hit right there late on Evans. Good job by the Bryan Station defense. Coming with a blitz, and Evans able to escape, but then a big hit right there at the end and knock the ball loose. And big turnover right here to start the game for the defenders.
So Bryan Station, after the nice gain, the ball jarred loose, and Bryan Station has it, and they will take over now.
And that was one of the keys to the game coming in, winning the turnover battle for the defenders, and already off to a good start. Tates Creek with only one turnover on the year, and already causing one here to start off the game.
Ball at the 29-yard line now in Tates Creek territory, so an immediate opportunity for Bryan Station with excellent field position following the turnover. Defenders getting set now, some movement up front. And then there is the snap. And that is Washington taking it down the right side, and he's going to go all the way, and he scores, and Bryan Station is in front.
And the defender's coming out in the Wildcat formation right there, and Kalen Washington is doing all the work right there, and looks like he may have been untouched and breaks away for a long touchdown right there.
Yeah, Washington took the snap that time. They just got it right to him. No handoff necessary there, and he took off around that right side, and he is hard to stop once he gets going. And so a 29-yard touchdown run by Kalen Washington has put Bryan Station in front with 10:48 to go in the first quarter. And here is Hannon on for the extra point try.
And really good job right there also by the defenders' offensive line holding their blocks, creating that open space for Washington.
Kick is on the way, and it is through as Hannon delivers the extra point. And with a 7-0 lead on the board for Bryan Station, we'll take a break. Back with more first quarter action in just a moment here on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
So a quick turnover and a quick touchdown for Bryan Station here in the very early going of this one.
And if you're Coach Hawkins, you can't ask for a better start to the game right here. A turnover and touchdown on the first play.
This time a short kick and a scramble for it near the 40-yard line. Bodies fly everywhere. Bryan Station says they have it.
Coming out with a little bit of trickery right there and laid the boom on the Tates Creek defender right there to be able to recover that fumble.
Defenders do have it, and it's a surprise there. After you score that early touchdown, that's probably the last thing you're thinking of is the onside kick, and they kicked the short one and got it back, and now Bryan Station in business now.
Bryan Station coming out with some enthusiasm here, and Tates Creek needs to punch back right here.
So on first down, the snap and the give to Washington. Straight ahead, now cuts out to the left. Here he goes again. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is going to score. Or did he go out of bounds?
Tates Creek really needs to punch back here, just not matching the level of intensity that Bryan Station's coming out with so far.
Oh, it's a penalty on Bryan Station, a holding penalty. So scratch the second touchdown, at least for the moment, for Kalen Washington. Jaws, as he's known here at Bryan Station, and they'll step it off instead against the defenders. And that will bring it all the way back to the 36-yard line.
You just hate to have a holding call, especially after an explosive play like that.
Washington off to a great start in this game and has 3,700 yards, 3,703 for his high school career, including 41 touchdowns. And we've seen 42 now.
And we've seen every bit of part of why he has all those yards.
Here is Davis looking and then firing across the middle. That one's low and down to about the 28-yard line. I think that bounced incomplete, yes.
Looks like he was trying to hit Adams right there. Yeah, just threw the ball a little bit short for him.
So an incomplete pass. Vendors trying to build on that early touchdown. So they'll have a second down play now. Fake, and then it looks like Davis keeps it himself. He's going around the left side, and he has some good yardage gain there, and he'll have a first down as they get further into Tates Creek territory beyond the 30.
couldn't tell if it was a miscommunication right there or not, but it looks like it's supposed to be maybe a fake to Washington, but still good job making a play with his legs and picking up the first down for Davis.
Bryan Station on the move now, a 1st and 10. At about the 24-yard line. High snap, but he brings it down, gives it to Washington. Got some running room through the right side. Down toward the 10-yard line he goes, and finally brought down. He had a full head of steam going, and he is very tough to bring down after he's up to full speed.
Another high snap right there, but good outside zone right there to Washington, and just doing the rest after the handoff, taking off with his legs, and big boom right there at the end.
We saw last week a couple of times when Davis had to jump to get his hand on that ball, tap it to himself. It does throw the timing off a little bit, but that's the first time one we've seen tonight. But they were able to recover that one and get it to Washington. He took care of the rest. Now he picks his way through the middle, down toward the right side, headed for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Coming out in the pistol set right there, and just a simple halfback dive, and Kalen Washington, Tates Creek has no answer for him to start off the game here.
So that comes with 9:23 to go. Washington another touchdown. Quickly up to 13-0. Hannon back on the field to attempt another extra point and try to make it 14 for Bryan Station. Tates Creek jarred by a couple of early Bryan Station touchdowns, and they'll have to retain their composure and try to get something going when they get that football back.
And 2.5 minutes into this game, and Bryan Station already just about to their season average of points.
Kick is good by Hannon, and we will keep it here as the defenders prepare to kick off now with 9:23 to go in the first quarter. So barely, as you said, 2.5 minutes playing time gone, and they are already up 14-0, and they are going to have to find some way to contain Washington.
There are really just no answers for him. Just about every run that he's had has picked up about 10 yards.
As they find some way to contain Washington, as if somebody has, but most of the time they haven't in his high school career. As I mentioned, those career totals and 3,703 yards. And he has offers from Akron, Miami, Ohio University, Eastern Michigan, UT Martin. So he's going to be playing college football. And we can see why after watching him here at Bryan Station. Piling up the yards and very hard to bring down. Good speed once he gets in the open field. Now Hannon approaches the ball, and this time kicks long, and this time we will get a return as Hale has it. Hale tripped up as he went to about the 15-yard line, and he was knocked down at that point, and a good play on the kickoff return team by Bryan Station. Was that Clay?
Yeah, it looked like Akeem Clay right there on the big hit and stopping him for a short gain. Marquise Hale, a dynamic guy, so a good open field tackle right there.
So the Commodores will try to get that offense going again. He did make it to the 16-yard line. Tates Creek on the offense. That's Hale moving to the left, along with Blake Jones. Hale comes back right, and then the handoff to Evans, trying to get that running game established, but not much there for him. Defenders right there to attack that ball carrier.
Good job by that Bryan Station defensive line, just not allowing him to get any running room right there.
Come on, Green in on that stop for Bryan Station. Under 9 minutes to go, first quarter now. Defenders on top, 14-0. Two quick scores by Washington. And the conversions by Hannon, and it's a 14-0 defenders lead as Tates Creek tries to battle back. 2nd down and 10. Battling is Evans, and he got pushed back, but he did gain a few that time, and a good run, a good hard competitive run by Evans.
And you love the game tackling here to start the game by Bryan Station. When you have a running back like Evans, you really want to have all your guys to the ball. And really good job by the defensive line also, because you don't want a guy like that getting to the second level and having safeties and corners one-on-one with him at the open field.
Clock stopped at 8:29. And now a penalty being stepped off against Tates Creek. Put him back to the 10. I did not catch a signal on that, did you?
I wasn't able to see. But for Tates Creek, you're on the road. You're already down 14-0 in the first. You just can't have penalties like that to start off the game here.
Second down now, or third down now, and make it 18, 19 yards. Commodores backed up. Burnside wants to throw, gets it out there. Nice arm, but too long for his intended receiver, Cooper, intended for J.T. Cooper, number 4. And now that'll bring up fourth down and long for the Commodores.
Looked like cover one man right there for Bryan Station. And really good job right there by Damon Green playing the one-on-one coverage and good safety help right there, causing the incompletion.
Luke Cooper is the Tates Creek punter, and he'll be standing in his own end zone. Haskins back to return for Bryan Station. So Cooper awaits the snap and moves out to his right, gets the kickoff, and is going to kick it toward the right sideline. But he's getting a good roll. And finally it goes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line in Bryan Station territory. Still good field position for Bryan Station, but that one worked out pretty well for Tates Creek.
Yeah, looks like about 9 extra yards right there for him. But, yes, like you said, still good field position starting at about the 44-yard line here for the defenders.
Bryan Station just 1-3 on the season, as we mentioned. Coach Philip Hawkins in his 5th season, 43-14 is the Bryan Station record under Hawkins. 10 seasons overall in his career. He's 75-51, and they were 6A semifinalists back in 2022 and 2023. So it's been a great run under Phil Hawkins for the Bryan Station defenders, and now a penalty flag flies before we get this play underway. Now they'll step that one off. That'll be 5 yards. I think that was a substitution penalty. Here's the snap now to Davis. Still has time, fires across the middle, and he's got his man at the 45, 40-yard line and tackled right in front of the Bryan Station football tent. Jordan Haskins with the catch coming across the middle.
Really good catch right there by Haskins. And the Commodores' defensive line, you just can't allow the quarterback to have that much time back there in the pocket. At some point, your guys something's going to come open if you allow the quarterback to have that much time. And like you see there, Haskins was able to get open and pick up a good big gain.
So a first down for Bryan Station. The ball is just inside the 35-yard line in Tates Creek territory. James Davis takes the snap, juggles it, and comes down with it now and has to just take off. He heads for the left sideline and gets out of there untouched.
We're seeing a lot of those high snaps again and just throwing off the time of the play right there. It looks like it was maybe supposed to be a run, but when you have a dynamic quarterback back there like Davis, he's able to just extend the play with his legs and turn a bad play into a positive gain.
Lazari Warren there to make sure that he went out of bounds, and he did pick up 5, it looks like, so 2nd and 5 now for the defenders. Again, a high snap. Washington has the handoff, though, and he takes off down the middle. Then he loses it, and it looks like Tates Creek has recovered. But we'll see. Was he down? It looks like they are going to have the offense come on, and that is a fumble and a recovery by Tates Creek, and the Commodores will take over. They needed that.
Yeah, I thought he possibly could have been down there, but can't review it in high school. But big turnover right there for the defenders, and way to come up with that ball for Tates Creek. Maybe he can get a little bit of momentum going after that.
They were knocking on the door again. Looks like they're about at the 14-yard line. So Tates Creek on the offense trying to get something going. We're down to 7:15 in this first quarter as the Commodores try to climb out of an early 14-0 hole. The snap and the give, and Evans battling his way toward the right side of the line, but not finding much there.
Tates Creek trying to get him going to start the game off here, just hasn't been able to find any running room at all so far.
Defenders out of the huddle. This J.T. Cooper to the bottom of the screen. And the snap, and looks and fires, and that is incomplete through the hands of the receiver.